Yo, welcome back everybody to a brand new video here on the second channel. Today we're actually be looking at some expanded decks. Yeah, expanded is still a format that exists. I know a lot of people might not be a huge fan of it, but there was a pretty big expanded tournament over in Japan. There was about 680 people, which is a pretty big tournament considering it is expanded. And I'm not going to lie, dragons kind of rule the expanded format right now. And we're going to be taking a look at some of the expanded lists that were used at this tournament here. I will leave a link down below, once again, to the website that I used to find and look at all these deck lists if you want to go take a look yourself and build them yourself. But let's take a look here. So what deck won? Well, let me tell you right now, it looks like Lugia is both the BDIF in standard and in expanded, which is kind of wild. So yeah, Lugia did win the entire tournament. Lugia V-Star in expanded is very powerful. I think I've done at least 1 or 2 videos on Lugia now in expanded, but yeah, Lugia in expanded is just disgusting. You're able to turn 1 Summoning Star thanks to Wally. Battle Compressor lets you easily get Archeops, and you have a lot of good cards in the format to help you synergize with Archeops. You have Special Charge, you have Double Dragon, you have Double Colorless Energy. It's just insane how ridiculous Lugia is in expanded, and this is the deck that took down the whole tournament. It was a Dragon Box deck with Archeops. So the idea of the deck is you use Archeops to put double Dragon Energy, which does provide 2 Rainbow Energy effects on a Dragon Pokemon, which is just a very, very good effect. And you're able to just build up Tina Chomp. You can actually Archeops to Tina Chomp and build up a GG End in a single turn, which is really good. And then you also have Neg Guz, which you can build up and take 2 prizes. Neg Guz is a really good attacker. You also get Garchomp V, which can snipe the opponent. So that's basically the concept behind this winning Lugia deck. Girafarig is really good in a lot of matchups where you bin off a lot of valuable resources. Girafarig's attack allows you to put 2 cards from your opponent's discard pile into the Lost Zone. So you use Girafarig to Lost Zone a lot of one-ofs that are very crucial. Energies, Pokemon, supporter cards, tech cards that are very important in a matchup. You just get rid of those and their opponent can't get them back. And then, of course, cards like Faba can be good. Silent Lab is really good to shut off basics abilities. Yeah, Lugia Expanded is just a crazy broken deck because of Wally. If Wally didn't exist, Lugia would still probably be, like, insane regardless. But because it has the ability to do so much insane things on the first turn of the game, is gross. If you're playing against Lugia, right, and they get a turn 1 Lugia with double Archeops into a Giratina Garchomp Tag Team GX, they can quite literally win the game with GG End. It's that good. And no surprise that it won the entire tournament. There's other dragons you can choose from. There's no ADP in here. There's no Dragonite V. Keeping it very straightforward with Tina Chomp, Neg Ganondorf Guzzlord, and Garchomp V, which is cool. But yeah, Lugia is just really good. The runner-up deck, once again, was another Lugia deck. This one is a little bit more teched out. As you can see, it does play a couple extra attackers. It does have the Tina Chomp, Garchomp, Neg Guz, but it also plays Klefki. So at the moment, you can actually use, in the expanded format for this tournament, you can actually play Scarlet and Violet. And Klefki seems good. It shuts off basic abilities, which in expanded is kind of disgusting. The deck also plays a Weird V. I guess with the power of double colorless energy, Weird V becomes a pretty good attacker. There's also the Ultra Necrozma in the deck. With the Silent Lab in play, it can do 170 damage for a double dragon. It's a very good card. If you don't know what Ultra Necrozma does, it's definitely one of the best cards. Was at one point a really good deck in expanded. Not so much anymore, but still like kind of a decent deck. But yeah, this deck, once again, Lugia Dragons just continuing to be super dominant. This build is a little bit more teched out, which is maybe why it got second. I'm not sure. It does play Cassius, which shuffles one of your Pokemon into your deck. So that's a pretty cool card if you don't see that Cassius right there. Besides Silent Lab. And once again, playing the Wally to get a turn 1 Lugia. Just a very, very disgusting concept. Lugia just dominating and expanded. Lugia dominating both standard and expanded is pretty hilarious, I'm not going to lie. It's just proof that Pokemon really went a little overboard when designing Lugia and Archeops. But no surprise that it's winning and expanded. We got top 4. Another Lugia deck. Now, this one's a little bit more teched out. Again, optimizing double Garchomp in the deck over just playing the Neg Ganondorf Guzzlord. Actually, just playing 2 Garchomp Vs. Again, the extra sniping is pretty nice to have. Nothing too crazy here. Just pretty straightforward stuff. Then we have another deck in top 4. This one is Serena. Now, Serena V in Expanded is actually a really cool deck. So, Serena can discard a lot of Pokemon on your bench. For each one you discarded, you do more damage. You can one-shot stuff. You get to play Skyfield, though, which allows you to bench up to 8 Pokemon. And when you combine this with Giratina, with Distortion World, where you can infinitely loop it, you have Execute, you have Dragonite V to get basics back. You can do a lot of really crazy things with Serena V. And I really like the idea of playing Skysteel Stone in the deck, too. It's a really smart addition with Serena, because in standard, Serena V is not that great, but in expanded, you guys get to play with Skysteel Stone It's pretty good. And then, of course, we do have that Radiant Jirachi, or Jirachi Prism story. So many friggin' basic Jirachis. Jirachi Prism, when you take it out of the prizes and you have a spot on your bench, you can bench it and take an extra prize. So you basically try to take a bunch of prizes in one turn with Jirachi, Skysteel Stone. I really like that idea, actually. Future video idea. But yeah, really cool concept here, utilizing the Radiant, the Serena V. Unfortunately, just was not able to overcome the Lugia deck, but Serena can't really attack on the first turn of the game as easily. You'd have the Coco like combo, you Coco Prism to Serena, but it's just when Lugia just does Lugia things, it's just not very good. Regidrago got top 8. Regidrago is dominating, actually, in online tournaments right now on Limitless in our current expanded format. But Regidrago, no surprise that it got top 8. It's a pretty good deck. Regidrago allows you to copy a bunch of dragons. You get to copy Goodra, Dialga GX, which has Timeless. You get Noivern, and you get, like, Mega Charizard, which is kind of cool. So you just have a lot of options with Regidrago. The problem with Regidrago is how do you build it up? Well, this person here actually decided to just kind of play it a very straightforward build. Doesn't look like there's energy acceleration within the deck. The Oricorio, when you bench it, gets you 2 basic energy out of your deck. So not playing Welder, not playing Gardenia's Vigor, just keeping it very straightforward. The cool thing is actually the Garbodor spice in the deck. Garbodor Regidrago seems really cool. Garbodor, when you put a tool card on it, it shuts off all abilities. You put a Floatstone on it, and Garbodor shuts off all the abilities, slowing the opponent down, really making, like, end of one really good. This deck actually also plays 2 copies of Marnie, which is very good for hand disruption. So really cool concept here. Regidrago, V-Star, Garbodor is really good right now in our current expanded format, and of course, I guess when we do get Scarlet Violet, it will continue to be good from the looks of it getting top 8. We got another Lugia Dragon stack here in top 8. This one, very similar to the other one. This one does play the Sudowoodo, though, which is really good against Skyfield decks, where it limits your opponent to only being able to play 4 Pokemon on their bench. It can be very good against Regis, too. So yeah, that's the top 8, it looks like, or at least most of it. We got another Lugia Dragons in top 8. That it's just like, bro, Lugia is such a silly design card, bro. It's crazy. It's dominating both standard and expanded. I find that absolutely hilarious. Mew got top 8. Now, Mew getting top 8 is really interesting. Mew is really good and expanded, too. It has a lot more to work with. You have cards like, you got Via Seeker. You have more supporters to choose from. You have double colorless energy, which is really good. You have so many more options in expanded over standard, in my opinion. But there are still a lot of the standard cards. You got the Quick Ball, the Ultra Ball, the Battle VIPs, the Power Tabs. But getting to play cards like Trainer's Mail is really good. Adventure Bag is kind of clever, too. No band in the deck, apart from the Muscle Band. Not playing Choice Belt or Choice Band, which is very interesting. But, yeah, Mew VMAX, once again, continues to be really good and expanded. It's also just really fast. Consider the draw engine isn't expanded, and Lugia, or Mew, just kind of does better than anything else. I mean, Dedenne, Crobat exists, but Mew gets Genesect, which is absurd. This one does play Field Blower and Lost Vacuum, which are both really good with that Path to Peak. So, really cool Mew deck. And then we got Dialga V-Star in top 16. Now, Dialga V-Star Electrode is a very just bananas concept. Basically, the idea of the deck is you Gengar Mimikyu your opponent, and then you Electrode into the Dialga V-Star the following turn, and you take the extra turn. You basically try to win the game in like 2 turns. The Dialga Giratina Garchomp deck is also really powerful, too. That's another very good way to play Dialga V-Star. I've done a video on that deck already. That's, like, actually one of my most popular deck videos. If you want to go watch that on my main channel, you could. If you want to learn more about what Dialga can do and expand it. This build is just kind of optimizing Electrode. Electrode does allow you to accelerate energy to Dialga. You can put 5 energy on Dialga with Electrode, and you can Battle Compressor the energy away. The deck does also play the Garbodor, which is kind of cool. I guess being able to just, like, go Garbodor after you do Electrode is kind of disgusting. So that is a really cool concept. But yeah, Dialga V-Star, very good and expanded. I think it's just really, there's many ways to play it. You have the Giratina Garchomp Checkmate build. You have this more, like, aggressive Gengar Mimikyu Garbodor Electrode build. But you also have the ability to play it with, like, Bronzong and Medicham and Dialga GX, which is kind of cool. Or just Dialga GX, not Medicham, but like Dialga GX. So there's many ways to play Dialga V-Star and expanded. I think it is very good in the expanded format. And as you can see, it did get top 16. Yeah, Electrode, Gengar, yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it. Another Lugia deck in top 16, no surprise there. We do have a quad Wobstall deck. So the idea behind Wobbuffet and Klefki is kind of the same card. Basically, Wobbuffet in the active, your opponent's non-psychic Pokemon have no abilities. Klefki in the active, your opponent's base Pokemon have no abilities. And while you're doing all that, you're trying to control your opponent with cards like Crushing Hammer, Enhanced Hammer, Plumeria, Faba, Team Flare Gun. All of those cards remove energy from your opponent. There's also the Lusamine loop. You can actually infinite loop your supporter cards thanks to Lusamine. Use Tropical Beach in the deck, Wondrous Labyrinth. A very cool concept here. Quad Wobstall is definitely a very fascinating deck. Definitely a deck that would be annoying to play against. I don't know if it can beat Shadow Rider that might be the toughest matchup, is probably the Shadow Rider deck, because Shadow Rider doesn't get shut off by Wobbuffet, but yeah, Wobbuffet seeming to be pretty dang good and expanded. It's really cool to see this quad Wob. Actually, surprisingly, this person doesn't play the Wobbuffet Break, but I think Wobbuffet Break would be awkward because it gets shut off by Path, I think, which would actually deactivate Wob. So that's probably not a good idea to play that, actually. But yeah, quad Wob stall, very cool concept. Just not letting your opponent play the game at all is kind of funny. Then, of course, we got another Lugia in top 16. We got a Regieleki VMAX box here. Now, this is kind of cool. We got Regieleki, Coco VMAX, or Coco V-Star, or Coco GX, sorry, with Vigavolt and Miraidon. Just kind of a big beat stick lightning deck here, utilizing the power of lightning Pokemon with the Stormy Mountains, the Coco Prism. I don't think there's any of the... No, there's no... This deck doesn't actually play the new Lightning Tool card that allows you to... Or the item card that allows you to accelerate energy. There's also no Max Elixir. That's interesting. It does play a 2/2 Flaffy line. I'm not sure about the Flaffy in the deck, to be honest, but I do like the idea of just a turbo lightning deck and expanded. Of course, Regieleki VMAX is pretty good. You get Vigavolt, which is good, and Miraidon's pretty good too. And the Coco GX is kind of smart too. Coco GX, GX attack does like more damage for each energy your opponent has in play. So you're playing as a deck that accelerates a lot of energy. You basically get that free one-shot attack option with the Coco GX. Next up is another Lugia deck here in top 16. We got another deck here. This one actually being Shadow Rider. Now, Shadow Rider is also really good in the online tourney scene right now, but only getting top 16 at most in the Japan tournament here. Very cool, though. Again, Shadow Rider is really good. You have a lot of good attackers to choose from. Gengar Mimikyu is really good in this deck, and Trevnor is kind of smart. Actually playing the Radiant Eternatus in the deck, too, which is kind of cool to get in, basically get the Shadow Rider and play right away. Playing 3 Temple Sinnoh is smart because you want to make sure you're shutting off the potential plays from Double Dragon Energy, which seem to be very good right now. As you saw, all those Lugia decks were playing the Double Dragon, and that might make Temple Sinnoh really, really good. But yeah, Shadow Rider, really good deck. And also Shadow Miss, which is pretty good. There's a lot of decks that actually can't do anything if you Shadow Miss them, which is really cool. So yeah, Shadow Rider doing well, no surprise there. Only surprising to see it only get top 16, though. You'd expect it to do better. Another Shadow Rider deck in top 16. This one optimizing the Wobbuffet, but as you can see, it does play that Temple of Sinnoh to try to slow down those Double Dragon Energy decks. That might have to be the norm going forward, because Double Dragon is just such a good card. It's disgusting. We got some more here. We get to see the top 32 deck lists. Let's check out what the top 32 look like here. We got Regidrago here at 17th place, it looks like, which is cool. Again, Regidrago V-Star, really good card, a really good deck in our current expanded format on the online tourney scene. Playing the Garbodor once again, using Regidrago, the 4/3 line of Drago, copying Mega Rayquaza, Goodra, Dialga GX, and Noivern V. So, again, the surprising thing is not having the energy acceleration, which I guess you don't need. You just go attach, attach, attack. So I guess that does make sense in the Regidrago deck. But yeah, Regidrago still doing really well, getting pretty far in the tournament. And we got another Lugia deck here. Again, this one just playing the Tina Chomp this time. Not actually playing any other dragons, just optimizing the Giratina Garchomp, which is smart. And of course, we got another Regidrago deck here. Now, this one is an interesting list. We do see that it does play that one of Ultra Necrozma alongside the Garbodor. You can't really see the Rainbow Rares very well there, but it is Goodra, Dialga, and Noivern. So those are kind of the 3 main dragons you'll see in Regidrago. Goodra, Dialga, Noivern, right? And then the Mega Ray or the Mega Charizard. But this one does play that Ultra Necrozma 2 with the Garbodor. You're able to Garbotoxin the opponent and just attack for free with Necrozma, which is kind of smart. So yeah, Regidrago, really cool deck. Really cool deck. Just basically like a Dragon Mewtwo deck. Again, as you see, Dragons are just running rampant right now in the expanded format, just dominating, which is really cool. We got more Lugia decks here. Again, just Lugia with the Tina Chomp and the Neguz and the Garchomp. We got another Regidrago deck here. This one playing at the Reshiram to accelerate energy. When Reshiram's in the active spot, you can attach a Fire Energy from your hand to one of your bench Dragon Pokemon. So that's how you can build up Drago that way. Playing the Wobbuffet is kind of like a wall to go into while you kind of slowly build up the Regidrago is also pretty smart. We got yet another Regidrago deck. This one, again, as you can see, very straightforward, kind of similar to the other one we just looked at. Again, playing one Giratina EXA, which you can copy to shut off Tools, Special Energy, and Stadium. So it's like a stronger Noivern to a degree, but it doesn't do as much damage. And then we got another Regidrago deck. And as you can see, it's playing the normal dragons, Goodra, Dialga, and Noivern, and the Mega Charizard. Got another Regidrago deck. Can't see the list, but looks like the same thing with the Garbodor. And here we got another, looks like a Mew deck here. Yeah, we got another Mew deck here. This one actually playing the Jirachi Prism. That is really cool. Using Jirachi Prism Star and Mew is actually kind of smart. Mew does get to play Skyfield. That's something I did forget to mention. Yeah, Mew has Skyfield, which means you can bench up to 8 Fusion Strike Pokemon, which is really, really good. And actually playing the Jirachi in the deck here, try to get extra prizes. Playing a lot of weird cards like Greedy Dice, which I think if you take it out of the prizes too, you can flip a coin of heads, take a prize. Also playing at the Maintenance, which I think puts 2 cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Which can help to, I guess, draw cards. And just playing 4 DC, just straightforward Mew Technoblast. That's cool to play the Jirachi Prism in the deck. Another Lugia deck, look at that. Another Lugia deck, another Regidrago deck here, playing, again, the Dragons. Another Regidrago deck. I think it's Regidrago, right? Nope, this is Lugia. I lied, it's Lugia. And yeah, it's Lugia once again using the Ultra Necrozma, the Garchomp and stuff. So, the normal stuff you would see. We can look here at the top 64. So the top 64 was looking like here in this tournament. But as you can see, Dragon Pokemon are just really good in Expanded right now. Just, again, dominating these Expanded tournaments. Kind of wild. Got Dragon Lugia again. Doesn't look like we can see the list here, but you get the point. It's Lugia. We'll see if there's any other decks. I think so far we've seen Shadow Rider, Regidrago, Lugia, Wobbuffet, Serena. I think that's about it. I know we must have seen another deck. I forget. But yeah, we got a Lugia Dragons deck here. Playing the weirder, though, again, with the Powerful Energy and the DC, which is kind of smart. And we got another Regidrago V-Star. Again, playing Garbodor alongside... Oh, yeah, we saw a Dialga deck. Right, Dialga V-Star. Then we got Drago with the Charizard. I think this one plays Mega Ray, too. Is that Mega Rayquaza I see? I think it's both. It is both. Yeah, Rayquaza and Charizard in the same deck. Look at that. They're both in there. Another Regidrago deck. Again, very good. The Lugia deck. Let's see what we got here. Another Lightning. Oh, yes, we've seen Lightning, too. I forgot, right? We have seen Lightning. And it's another Lightning deck. Oh, it's Pikarom. Yo, Pikarom Regieleki. Now, this is something I actually do like the idea of Pikarom Regieleki. I kind of want to do a video on that deck, but I do like it. Pikarom Regieleki, obviously letting Pikarom do more damage. It's really, really good. And, of course, you do get to play the Lightning attackers. Like, you got the Miraidons in the deck. You got the Vikavolt, Koko. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I like that. I really like the idea of Pikarom in Expanded with Regieleki. Hopefully, when Live comes out, this deck will be usable in Live, because like I think Live is only what, Sun and Moon on right now, which is just really dumb. If they can actually fix it, I would love to do a video on Pikarom in 2023, baby. That'd be the video title right there. Another Pikarom deck. You love to see it. I mean, getting what, top 64, still not bad. Again, there's a lot of people in this tournament, and Pikarom doing well is kind of cool. Kind of crazy to see Pikarom do well, especially because it's been so long since Pikarom has been good. And it's also Power Crap. But yeah, this turbo build of Max Elixir and the new Lightning Acceleration card is actually really, really smart. Just like a complete item box deck. Probably get Bardied by Garbodor, though, if that was the thing. But Trash Lane doesn't play anymore. Now, Lugia deck, no surprise there. Regidrago again, playing both Mega Ray and Mega Charizard. Now, Lightning deck, you love to see it. A lot of Lightning. Lightning decks did well, but they only got like top 64, it looks like. I think it's Pikarom, right? I can't tell. The lighting is very off. Is there a Pikarom? I don't think there is. No, there is. I think there's a Pikarom right there. There's 3 Miraidons, I think. I can't tell. The lighting's really off. But it looks like it is Pikarom. Now, Lugia deck here getting 55th place. We haven't seen any, like... It's just been Lugia Dragons. I wonder if there's any other way to play Lugia and Expanded. There's a Lugia EX deck, I guess. Oh, yeah, I haven't done 2 Lugia videos. Yeah, I said it earlier. But that's not beside the point. Because we got yet another Lugia deck here with Dragons. Yeah, it's only been Lugia Dragons. I kind of want to see if anyone played, like, a different type of Lugia deck. Or is it just Lugia Dragons? Lugia Dragons again. Yeah, there we go. See, this is what I'm talking about, baby. There's gotta be other ways to make Lugia work and Expanded. And we got this deck here. Lugia with Kyogre and Starmie and Greninja. Now, this is a really cool concept. This also plays Tapu Lele. What this Tapu Lele does is it basically has the Dusknoir Sinister Hand ability as an attack. So you move damage counters on your opponent's board as often as you like in your turn with the attack. So basically what you can do is you can spread a bunch of damage with Kyogre a couple times. Manaphy and Mew do not see play at all in Expanded. You just spread a bunch of damage with Kyogre, and you have Reading Greninja too, and I guess you just move the damage around with Tapu Lele and take multiple KOs. Really cool concept. This is what I'm talking about. See, Lugia Dragons is very good, very disgusting. Double Dragon Energy is a very powerful card. But Lugia has access to, like, an infinite pool of cards. There's no way it would just be Lugia Dragons, right? So I am glad to see that a different type of Lugia deck did well and got top 64. Because I do think there's other ways to make Lugia work and Expanded than just double Dragon Energy Dragons, right? There's many ways to play it, and it looks like this person here cracked the code and played it with the Kyogre. So I do like that quite a bit. We got another Shadow Rider deck. This one playing the 1/1 Espeon. Would Espeon be good and expanded? Shut off effects of attacks. I don't know if you really need to do that, to be honest, on your Pokemon. I mean, it's not like Lugia plays Yveltal when it has it. I guess, actually, no, Espeon. I think Espeon actually prevents GGN from working. Okay, that's actually pretty good then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Espeon blocks GGN. So that's kind of cool. I think we can check here. We got the extra 6-2 lines. These are just other well-performing decks here. Yeah, below the top 64. Yeah, let's check out what we got here. Yeah, Lugia Dragons. Lugia Dragons. What's this? What's this? Regidrago? Yeah, Regidrago Garb. All right, cool. We got another Lugia Dragons deck. Got another Regidrago deck. Another Lugia Dragons deck. Ooh, look at that. Lugia Dragons just dominating completely. Pretty good. What's this? Mew again. Yeah, we got Mew. This one's kind of cool. Playing Order Pad, flip a coin of heads. So check for an item card, considering this deck. It's almost like a worse Cramomatic, but sometimes a better Cramomatic in a way, because it does get you power tabs. It's kind of cool that it's not playing Cram. Not playing Skyfield, just playing 3 paths. So trying to play like that control Mew deck. As you can see, there is 2 Lost Vacuum and 2 Field Blower, which both get rid of the Stadium card. So it's neat. Lugia again. Is this... Oh, now I think this might be a more teched out Lugia deck. This doesn't look like Lugia Dragons. Nah, I lied. It's Lugia Dragons. Because I saw the Clefairy for a sec. I'm like, oh... No, yeah, it's Lugia Dragons. I can't tell what those are. What are... Okay, there's 2 cards right here. I cannot tell what those are. I don't think it's anything crazy. Oh, it's Tapu Lele and the Rainbow Rare. I don't know what the Rainbow Rare. I think it's probably like Dedenne or something. Just playing the Clefairy tech to help in the mirror match against Dragon Pokemon. Now Lugia... Ooh, wait a minute. This is a Lugia deck, but a little bit more teched out. This one's a little bit more teched out. This one actually does play the Yveltal. Okay, this is a Lugia deck with like Raikou and Yveltal. So trying to basically abuse Raikou and Yveltal in one deck. I like that. Mesmer Raikou might be pretty gross and expanded. If Shaman EX was still legal, Raikou would be so good with Wide Lens. That would be actually kind of disgusting. But yeah, this is a Lugia deck with Raikou, Mesmer, Yveltal, and the Naguz instead of the Tina Chomp. So just basically a more like standard Lugia deck and expanded. Also playing like Path in the deck. It looks like that's it for all the lists here that got published from this massive expanded tournament. But yeah, once again, to no one... Wait, is there more? Let's see. Hold on. Is there more? No. Just... Yeah, okay, that's fine. It just kind of goes to the rest. All right, but there you go. That is it for the expanded format tournament here. The top 6 to them. I guess... Yeah, mostly like top 80-ish decks we looked at. It was a big tournament, and yeah, expanded looks like it's basically just ruled by Dragon Pokemon right now, and that makes the format pretty interesting. Obviously, Double Dragon Energy is a very good card. It's what allows these Dragon decks to be so good, but it's also just Lugia. It's just an absurd card with Wally and Archeops, so it's interesting for sure. I know a lot of people are going to leave comments about how bad Lugia is for the game, because yeah, Lugia dominating expanded is just kind of wild to see. It's not invincible, though. I think Temple of Sinnoh and even cards like Dusknoir might have to start seeing play to stop Lugia, because while Lugia is very good, there are ways around it and ways to beat it, and I hope that people can figure out different ways and strategies to beat the Lugia deck, because I think Lugia definitely can be stopped. The expanded is such a big format that there are other ways to hopefully counter Lugia, but yeah, Lugia Dragons dominating, Regidrago dominating. Yeah, Dragons just seem to kind of be dominating the expanded format right now. I don't know if they're going to ban Double Dragon or anything, but it is interesting to see that Dragons are just on top right now. So definitely got to think outside of the box when building an expanded deck going forward to help beat the Dragon decks. So it's cool to see stuff like that. Wob deck, Shadow Rider, the Serena deck doing good too. This was the only Serena deck we saw. I don't know if there's any more, because I don't think we saw the entire top 64, but I don't know if there's any more Serena decks. I hope there is, because stuff like this is really cool, but just kind of like outdated, I guess, in a way. Shadow Rider obviously doing well was kind of cool too. And then Mew is also good. I think Dialga GX is disgusting, by the way. And I do like this concept of Gengar, Garbodor, Electrode overplaying the Giratina, Garchomp, Cyrus kind of control build. Just straightforward, just trying to win the game really fast with Dialga V-Star. So I do like that too. Yeah, it's Dialga V-Star. It's pretty good and expanded too. So definitely love to see it. But yeah, there you go. That is the expanded format in a nutshell. Just completely dominated by Dragons. And there you go. That is it. We'll have to see what happens in the future with the expanded format going forward, especially on live, because again, I think live is, for whatever reason, only Sun and Moon on. So hopefully they can fix that. But that'll be from me on today's video here on the second channel. If y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like. What are your thoughts down below about the expanded format right now? I know it's not everybody's cup of tea or favorite format, but yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the expanded format and all these decks that did well. That'll be for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, sub if you haven't subbed to the second channel yet already. Leave a like in the video if you enjoyed, and that'll be it for me. Bye-bye.